this is Pokemon Trainer Apollo bringing you an OU match. It's against somebody I found on the Smogon Battle Finder. Yeah, here's a team preview. So we start off the match and he sends out his Tornadus. So I send out my Alakazam. I thought Alakazam was faster, but I was wrong. Dead wrong. And he takes him out in just one hit, and I'm like, what the crap, man? So he sends out Politoed, and I send out my Tornadus Big Bird. I go for the Hurricane, but he protects it. I'm guess just scouting to see what I do. I go for another Hurricane, and it doesn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. Goes for the Ice Beam. I'm like, oh, I can't take another one of these. So I call back Big Bird and send out my Rotom Washer. Ice Beam won't do too much, but it freezes it, and I'm like, seriously? Nothing is going my way right now. He calls it back and brings out his Zeus, his Thunderous, and I thaw out after the first try and Volt Absorb. He switches out for some odd reason, I guess expecting me to switch out, but I go for the Shadow Ball just to do some kind of damage, and he switches into Espeon, and it does a ton of damage thanks to the Ghost Gem boost. He gets off Reflect. I hit it with Hydro Pump just in case he decided to switch, and it just takes it out. He sends out his Ferrothorn, and I had to bring back Washer because he can't do nothing to it. I send out my Donphan, and he gets the Leech Seed on it. Yeah, that's not good. I just set up my Stealth Rocks and sets out his Spikes. I go for the Rapid Spin. I'm sorry, getting ahead of myself. Go for Rapid Spin just to take it, get the Leech Seed and Spikes gone. But I do a lot of damage from hitting him. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. But yeah, I didn't want to do that again, so I go for the Earthquake just to see what it does, and it doesn't do anything, really. I'm like, what the crap, man? He gets the Leech Seed again, so I'm like, I got to get this thing off the battlefield. So I use Roar to get rid of him, but not before he can set up his Stealth Rocks. And it brings out Latias, and I'm like, dang, that is just not who I wanted it out. And I'm like, what to do, I know, Rapid Spin, but I don't get the Rapid Spin off because of Dragon Pulse taking out my Donphan. So I bring Washer out again and go for the Shadow Ball, but not before it can boost up its special attack and special defense. So this doesn't do that much. I'm like, Here I was thinking, yeah, don't really need Washer. Maybe he'll go for the attack and take it out. But he doesn't. He goes for another Calm Mind, and I hit it with a Shadow Ball. I'm like, oh, this is turning out really bad. But he goes for the Side Shock, and it takes out Rotom. And I'm like, okay, bring out my Green Flash, my Scizor, Dragon Pulse. He tries Dragon Pulse, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so I go for the Bug Bite, and I'm able to take it out. I'm so happy about that, even if my voice doesn't sound like it. And he brings out Big Bird. I'm locking Bug Bite right now and can't do anything to it, so I bring out my Big Bird. Did I call his Big Bird? Oh well. He goes for the Heat Wave, it does some damage, and he goes for the Hurricane to take out Big Bird. I'm like, oh. And down goes Big Bird. So I bring out Green Flash again. Here I was thinking he was probably going to switch out. I should go for the Rock Smash, but I don't. I go for the Bullet Punch, wishing I would have went for the Rock Smash. But they didn't, and I'm regretting that. And they do a shit ton of damage to myself. So I bring out Nessie. That's right, Nessie. And I get off Taunt. I go for Taunt. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I went for. I go for the Taunt, and I'm able to stop him from getting off the Leech Seeds on me. And I'm able to, knowing he's probably going to switch, I go for the Dragon Dance. I'm able to get a Dragon Dance off. And I go for a Dragon, yeah, well, there you go. I go for the Dragon Dance. That's just one. And I go for the Taunt because I know this thing has Protect. And I didn't want it protecting itself from my bounce attack. And I luckily, with me doing that, saves Nessie from getting poisoned. He goes for the ice beam, but I bounce up. He doesn't hit. He calls back his Politoed. That's right. And sends out Ferrothorn again. Oh, I do not like this thing. But it does a shit ton of damage to it. A lot more than I thought it would. It does a lot of damage to me. So, here, I was thinking go for the taunt, make sure he doesn't go for the Elite Seed, but he goes for the Gyro Ball. I guess expecting the taunt. Yeah, probably expecting the taunt. So I'm able to get off another Dragon Dance, because I know I can take another Gyro Ball. So here I'm like thinking I should go for the bounce, but I don't. I go straight for the waterfall. I should have went for the bounce and I would have got a little more leftovers back. But I didn't. So Nessie is barely hanging on with 30. And he sends out his bird again, his Tornadus. So I go for the waterfall and I'm able to take this thing out. Yes, so happy about this. And in comes Politoed. I'm thinking bounce so I can get some health back. Goes for a Skull. Then he protects himself. I'm getting ahead of myself. And I'm not able to do nothing. Here I'm like, okay, I just really wanted the leftovers, but he has leftovers and the longer I do this, could end up bad for me. So I go for the waterfall hoping to do something. And it gets it to the red. I'm like, I wish it would have took it out. Don't get the burn, don't get the burn, don't get the burn, don't get the burn. And it doesn't. I'm like, yes, thank you, Lord. And I'm able to take it out with another waterfall. So, Thundurus being his only Pokemon left, I'm like, I can outspeed this thing. I just hope I can take it out. And I'm able to hit it with a waterfall. And it goes down. I'm like, yes. And I won thanks to Nessie, the all-star of this. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace out.